Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, here we go. Can you guys see?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Okay, everyone, welcome to Abhidharma Term 15 Homework 4. Let's see. Yeah, okay, let's go to the homework. I was trying to think about what happened in the last class and I couldn't. So let's go to the homework. That might help. Homework question number 1. Can the eyes only rely on the eye's consciousness to see visible things? If so, what would happen to the eyesight?
Well, they also need the eye sense power, right?
Right, okay. So, but what's the ridiculous consequence if it's possible to only rely on the eye consciousness?
Consciousness is aware and clear, but it doesn't perceive shape and color, right?
Isn't it just that you'd see things with your eyes closed?
Something like that. It's about blockage, remember?
No.
I don't remember.
Well, I was talking about it in the other way around, where if you didn't have the eye consciousness, or if you had the eye consciousness and no physical eyeball, and you couldn't see anything.
Yeah, well, the truly actually the Abhidharma has one thing and I was about to complain about it. But that's not the question. The question is this one, like what would happen if we can see things without the physical sense organ of the eyes? Only the consciousness, what would happen?
Didn't it talk about
Result.
Didn't there talk about, that you could put a screen between you and the object and still see the object?
Yeah.
Sorry, Venerable Gautam, I couldn't hear you.
She's right. She's right.
If you put a blockage or a screen or something between you and the object, then you would still be able to see the object, like the cup or the computer screen or something.
Yes, that's correct. Thank you. Hi, Geshe-la.
Like we do in our dreams, we see things in our dreams, right?
That's a different.
Okay.
That's a story, but what you just said was very. You don't need to.
Not the second part.
Yeah. Okay. Question number 2. What are the sense organs which don't require the contact with their objects to function, and what are the sense organs which do require the contact? It's
eyes, ears, and thought don't require.
Right.
And
can you? Yeah, and the other 3 is. Can you explain why, like briefly?
I think it's just because there's physical space in between them and the object. They don't require direct contact. Although,
yeah, like we can say eyes can see things that are far away, or ears can hear sound that's very far away. And in a way, it's not direct contact in the ancient times.
right.
The nose.
The mind can see things from all 3 times.
The nose and ears are the hard one.
Yeah, right. Or they even say that mind see things that is not even physical. So it's not even about contact at all. It's beyond contact.
Cool.
Great. Okay, you got it. And so the other 3 is nose, body, the skin of your body. So they have to have the contact with their object to function, to perceive things. Like I just ate the first real Chinese dinner in the last 3 months, and I smelled it. Really good. I think Xiaoping will agree. It's actually made by her family.
Yeah, her grandma.
Question number 3. Among the objects of 3 times of past, present, and future, which could each of the 6 consciousness take as the object? That's the first part. Talking about objects, so what kind of object of these 3 kinds can the 6 consciousness take? Remember?
Past.
Yeah, well, it seems like
All 6. I'm asking about all 6.
well, it seems like 5 of them could only take the immediate past as an object.
And then the mind can take all 3 times.
Wait. Yeah, I agree with Nick, but Ben just said eye consciousness cannot see the present things in front of me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because cognition takes a moment still, even for the eye. So it would have to be seeing something that's a kachik, or a moment in the past.
Interesting. Because, okay, well,
That
let
is
me ask.
maybe what we call the present, but technically, I thought even Abhidharma specifically considers that the past.
Well, how about the second part? Let's take Ben's answer, leave it aside first, and think about the second part of the question. How about the supporting conditions, like the sense organs?
Oh, I see. Oh, that's cool. I see. That is clarifying, perhaps. Then, so what I see you're pushing me to want to say, should I accept it or not, is that the eyeball does see the present moment, but that the eye sense consciousness then thus doesn't.
Wait, that's not my question too. I'm asking about, so all 6 consciousness needs the word is dakyan, right? The supporting condition. What's the supporting condition for the mental consciousness?
Chukikam, right? No?
Shikikam is, what is that?
He's saying Dharma Dhatu.
That's
You're talking about the brain?
That's the object, though, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about what they rely on.
Yeah, it feels weird to say mind, sense, consciousness. Mind, just mental awareness in general.
Using
Yeah. Right. And when the mental conscious functions, the things that it relies on, is it in the past or present or future?
Well, it must be present because the 2 things can't touch if one is past.
Oh, okay.
So there can't be a support.
Right. Well, let's stick to Abhidharma. Let's put on Abhidharma.
Maybe the past only.
Yeah. Because
I like to compare it to looking at a starlight. And they say that the light left the star like thousands of years ago. And even if the star was in the same room with you, it would take some time for the light to get to you. So you're always looking at something in the past.
Right.
Like your thoughts are in the past.
In that case, can I even, if we stick to the Abhidharma way, can I even say the supporting condition for the first 5 consciousness are present? No? Okay.
He says both, I think, past and present.
Right. Oh, yes. For the first 5, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I got. Maybe I didn't get it right.
Which draws into question whether you can do anything about your life.
If everything is past. Yeah. The standard for everyone, the standard answer I found in the text is the first 5 consciousness can only take the object of the present time. Like things you see, things you hear are all happening when you perceive them. And the mental consciousness, however, can take all three, past, present, and future, and even beyond time, like I don't know if I can say in English, the non-time thing. I don't know. Yeah, okay. However, the supporting for condition for the mental consciousness is only of the past. But as Geshe mentioned, there are many things to debate about if we go deeper into it. Okay, second words for today. What's lay?
I'm not from than.
Not the common one.
From or than?
There's a third one.
Oh, there's another one.
Rather.
Yeah, it's a weaker thing than however, as I remember. Whereas?
Whereas, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Dokpa?
Isn't that included?
Yes, correct, Nick. But can I say included in?
Yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, we're going to have a big Tokpa debate today, I think, because they're going to talk about which of the 18 categories are Tokpa into the 9 levels of the desire realm, the form realm, and the formless realm. Okay, so you should understand this word for today.
Probably just include.
No, it's
And then-
included. Included, yeah.
So it's past tense? Or is it
Yeah,
present tense?
it is with the S. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, number 3, Dakin. Which we just mentioned.
The condition. The trigger.
It gets so quiet when you ask a really hard question. Yes.
I think Geshe, is it one of the 4 conditions that we are going to eat
And
for?
Sugang keeps bothering me from Singapore that we have to study
I'm
those
sorry.
today or tomorrow. I forget. By the way, the dark sometimes implies included into your personal being. You see what I mean? It's part of a person. Yeah. So it means supporting condition, but it also means a supporting condition which is included in the person. Yeah.
Cool. Okay,
Yay.
yeah, the thing I try to do.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's perfect. I hate to say it. You guys are really bothering me. Yeah, it's good. I mean, the English, we could clean it up a little bit, but it's good. Yeah. Okay.
I'll share and then.
Oh, that's all I gave you?
Oh, well, you didn't give me Geshe. I didn't ask for it, so I just do it.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
In the text, Chen is spelled with a Y.
Oh yeah, she's right, Stanley. RKYEN.
Oh, RKYEN. Oh, thank you, Vanabagasa. I can. Okay.
All right, here we go, you guys.
By the way,
well done, Stanley.
Our lawyer friend Mark is here.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Dr. Dickerson, who's here. And he's the specialist lawyer from Harvard Law School, the hardest school to get into in the world except for Princeton. And he's going to help us get accreditation for our college in Kyoto, hopefully in Japan. So welcome. And we're all try to be smart, you guys, okay? And try to impress. Okay, here we go. So you finished that sentence, right, Stanley? Oh, let me see if I can get a bigger cursor. All right, we did our Christmas tree yesterday. Yay.
Very nice. Wow.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, it came out nice. Okay. Ellie helped us get the lights. Okay. So he said the 5 sense powers, the awareness of the 5 sense powers, like awareness that you're seeing a color, for example, they depend on supports, physical support of the physical organs, which are both past and present. And now we're going to see why. And I think, so gang, you want to check Mr. Chen? Your military haircut's starting to look hip. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
The tell Wambo Dedak Rang Tang Len Chiku Kepang Imbeche.
Yeah,
Nice.
there's a Mayingak here. Who for $20? Who can tell me the Mayingak? There's an implication here.
That there
It's
could
a
be
little hard to
something
find.
that just something that could not be born with.
No, tell me which word here indicates a Mayingak. Mayingak means an implied second fact.
Wrong.
Nope.
Oh,
Pick.
Well, let's translate it and you guys tell me, okay? That
Special,
is,
is it TEDoc, these sense powers?
no, come on, you guys. Okay, it's the Ba'ang,
Okay.
which means they can also occur simultaneously. Meaning,
Something else can as
Something
well.
else can too.
yeah, meaning they do occur in the past, as he just said. See what I mean? So he says the support for the sense awarenesses could be present or past. And then he says, then as his example, he says, because for one thing, that's the implication, right? For one thing, they also arise at the same moment, sanchik, okay, as their sense powers. Okay, got it? Meaning, implying that they also sometimes arise a moment later. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's translate it. Their Tao must be, because Wambo, what's Wambo Stanley?
Sense power.
Yeah, Deda. Those guys, okay. Why is it in bolded letters, Stanley?
It's mentioned in the root text.
Yeah, so you're translating a book from the 17th century, couple hundred years ago. And he's commenting on a book from what time?
Oh, sorry,
What time
Geshe,
was
my internet.
What time was Last Bandhu? Wow,
Oh.
you're I think your quarantine hotel has lousy internet.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, what time was the root text written?
Oh, 1700 years ago.
Yeah, 1700 years ago. There's the Tibetan translation, which was done about 1,000 years ago. And up here is what, Stanley, here?
Sanskrit.
Yeah, that's the original Sanskrit that was written 17 centuries ago. Okay. So for example, we're studying here when it says they also grow. Okay, it's something like sahajash. Okay, they grow at the same time, right? Pancha means what, you guys?
5.
5. PA changes to FI in English. What do you get?
Feincha.
5. And you get 5 comes from here, Fünf in German and finger in English, because there's 5. That all comes from Pancha, okay? Yay. I'm trying to impress the lawyer guys. All right, how smart you guys are. Okay, Here we go, Stanley. Next part, Nick is checking.
Okay. Migla sokpa wambo ngambo tetak churchin rang sheki den yin wambo tetak duk yurpa le amshet tak kyang sao mixel
Misel.
du yurpa mixel.
No, it's not meek in this case. It's
Yiche.
just misel.
Misel.
Mixel.
Okay, what's Mikla Sopa mean, Stanley?
Eyes
And
and
so on. Eyes and
and
so on.
okay.
What's Wambo Mga? What's Wambo Nga?
The five sense powers.
Yeah. So eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin, right? Churchen means what? Churchen.
Come on, people who did the class yesterday.
Yeah, Churchen means let's take that as our object of debate. Let's debate about that. So this Tibetan author, he favors a debate style. He likes debate style, which is an ancient custom that started 2,500 years ago of arguing these ideas. So let's take the eyes. Rangi Namsheki Tenyente, they are the 10. What's that mean?
Support.
Yeah, they are the support for their respective consciousnesses. And he has a very interesting reason to prove why the eye supports visual consciousness, why the ear supports auditory consciousness. He says, whether the wangbos, whether these sense powers are cell or misel. What's that mean?
Cell or misel.
Like a cell. What do you guys sell?
Clear or obscure.
Doesn't it mean good and bad here?
It's coming. Oh, yeah, whether or not the sense organs are operating clearly or not. Okay. Like you don't have something in your eye or you don't have a bug in your ear. Okay. If depending on the clarity of the sense power, the namshe is also affected, clear or not. What's namshe?
The respective consciousness.
Yeah. And that's reflected in memory. And that's an interesting point. Okay. So if there's something in your eye or something, you have an ear infection or something, then your memory of what you heard or what you saw will be affected. And that's a proof that the consciousness depends upon the sense organ, on the physical sense organ. That's a proof that there's a connection, this very strange, mysterious connection between the mental and the physical. Okay, and then so what he's saying is the sense organs are certainly the support for their respective awarenesses, because if something happens to the sense organs, depending on their clarity, right? Cell me cell. So when you have a word of quantity in Tibetan, you have to say like big, small, or short, long, or heavy, light. So relative clarity here. So according to the relative clarity of the sense power, you get a higher clarity in the awareness, okay? And that's reflected in the fact of memory. If somebody says, what did you hear? You say, I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what he said, or you report something wrong, okay? All right. So he's proving that there's a connection between body and mind. So that's extremely important for Abhidharma, okay? All right, keep going. Dr. Kramer is checking, I guess. Be
that
tough, man.
he mean he
Fix your internet connection.
that by the way. Nick them ba rang ki nam she kyang senpa inde.
Amba.
Demba inde. Mixak wambo nga po te rang ki nam she so tu mong ma yimbe da can
Okay, yeah, your internet's kind of funky. Now, here comes a question. So why do we call the awareness of what you see? We call it the awareness of the eye, EYE. But we don't call it the awareness of shape and color. So when we name the 5 sense awarenesses, we name them from the organ that they are dependent upon. And we do not name them from the object that they're looking at, which is interesting, like why? Why don't you call it awareness of what you see rather than awareness of your eye sense organ? We call it the awareness of the eye, ear, nose, tongue, and skin, right? So so Vasubandhu here is answering that question, okay? Rang, that then the supports upon which they rest, the 5 sense organs, we use their names, Ming, right? To name the Bratemba, right? What's that mean, you guys? Paul? We had it in words text like 3,000 times.
We're waiting for Powell.
Yeah, meaning the thing that is resting. So your microphone is resting on your table. That's called the BRTEN. And the table is called the RTEN, right? So why do we name the awareness resting on the sense organ? Why do we name it from the sense organ? And why don't we name it from what it's looking at? Okay, cool. Rang rang ki nam she kyang ten. We name them, or we indicate the awareness from the organ and not from what it's looking at, okay? And his answer to himself is, Mikso Wambonga. What's that mean, Dr. Kramer?
Oh,
the
5 sense powers.
Yeah, of eye, etc. Okay. They are the unique, Tumo Mayimba, not shared, right? Unique. Dakken, included into your being. They are the factor which is subsumed by the person's being, upon which the awareness rests. You see what I mean? So, and I was thinking about it when he says the I power is the unique or personal, right, Dakken, unique or personal support upon which visual awareness rests. What's he excluding?
Colors and shape.
Yeah, colors and shapes. And why would you call them not personal and not unique? Colors and shapes.
Other people can see it too.
Yeah, great. Okay, so that's the key to this paragraph. We named the sense awarenesses from the sense organs because they are personal, dakken, and unique, tumo mayimba, okay? And that doesn't apply to colors and shapes, okay? Those are yours, and they are not the world's, okay? It's very interesting, okay? When we're talking about the 18 parts of Ben, we have to stick to discussing supports which are part of Ben and name them from the supports which are part of Ben, and not things in the outside world that everyone else is also sharing, okay? That's his rationale. That's his logic, okay?
Cool.
All right, keep going, Stanley.
Sorry for
Oh, wait, who's checking? Mr. Word, can you check?
Yes.
Detail. Mig na wa.
Chinese translator, have to turn your mic off.
G22.
Okay, where am I? Mig na wa na che
Good.
namshe. Shebe ta nya ni rang rang chik daken tumong mayimba. One boy gerne yok
Je,
jerky tumombe daken suk ga
dra,
sukdra dri ro red dre
good.
gerne mayimbe.
Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, that is the case, that we named them from something which is incorporated into the person, because the awareness of the eye, ear, nose, tongue, and body, those awarenesses, names, are taken from the Tumo Mayimba. They are taken from the unique personal factor in their arisal. Okay, Wangbegone, Je, that's how we name them. But we don't name them from the outside things, such as visible shapes and colors, sounds, smells, tastes, and tangibles, because they are not unique. They are shared by other people. Okay, those things are shared by other people. Okay, cool. Here we go. What Sumbani means, Stanley?
Number 3.
Yeah, here's part 3. Now, in a Tibetan text, they don't tell you, the chapter name is number 3. So we always go back and figure out what the name should have been, because we're doing a translation and we have to put it in the translation. So, Sa Kandu Topa, I just told you were going to get here when you had your Tibetan words on your homework. So what's Topa mean?
Included in.
Yeah, and we're going to, Sakang means what level of awareness are the sense organs included into? And Buddhism says that there are 9 levels of awareness, and they go from a very physical level, working up to a very abstract level, to where the mind is not operating in the physical anymore. Okay, so where do you include all of these 18 parts of the universe, the 18 categories of existence? What level of awareness are they taken in by? Okay, what level of awareness are they taken in by? Okay, and here's the Sanskrit, and we can talk about level of awareness here. Here's the word bhumi, which means level of awareness. It comes from the root bhu, which is where the verb be comes from. Okay, and I'd like to show how we check the, what does it mean? What does the Sanskrit mean? Okay, and we have a dictionaries input. I'm going to go to a different screen. Now you can see the, go for you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is the search program for John Brady's database, which we've been working on for 35 years. And I'm showing off for Mark. So we look up the word boom. Okay. Okay, we look up the word level of awareness. And we're going to look it up in a dictionary. a famous Sanskrit Tibetan dictionary based on one that was written 1,000 years ago. And I'm going to search the dictionary. It's huge. It's 18 volumes. And here's how long it takes to find it. Okay. It takes about half a second to find it. And this is the database that, we've input. It's 16 million pages. You can search in about half a second. And here it says Riki Sa, which means the level of the different types, right? So here we confirm that Bhumi means level. And we see down here that there's 500 other hits in the 16 million pages. So you could spend about an hour looking at all the different kinds of levels. And that's the whole point of inputting the database. So nobody's ever had this database to confirm what they translate. And that's been 35 years in the making. So, I mean, if you talk about a library, I think it's one of the largest libraries in the world, physical or digital, okay? All right, we're not gonna do the root text. Why, Stanley?
Okay.
Why not do the root text?
We want to understand what it means first before we translate.
The root text traditionally was written in code, and it's kind of hopeless to even try to read it before you read the commentary, okay? And by the way, it was also written for what purpose? Why is it always the same number of syllables? Dun, 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 dun.
For reciting and memory.
Yeah, like that, and then you can memorize the whole book, right? Easily. Okay, here we go. Stanley, please read. I think Utpala is checking you.
Okay. Chen, Sakong me look la.
Boy, his internet is bad. I heard a groan.
Gore me ke pa me gong. You get me? Is it still good?
You're back.
Go ahead.
Okay. Gong me.
There's no G. Kong.
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 Kong me look ki ngom me mikle chok tu gyurpa rang se Mickey then Chebeche.
Good. Okay. So our author is artificially trying to put things into debate format. And which is the ancient tradition in the monastery still for 2-3 hours a day we debate. And it's also good exercise for the monks. It keeps them in good shape because it looks like martial arts. And so he artificially says, what, you guys? Sheja Chechen.
Let's consider everything.
Yeah, let's consider everything in the universe. Hang on, I want to do something. Can you see, do you see my screen or you see, what do you see right now? You see Abhidharma?
Page with Chinese and Sanskrit on it. And Tibetan.
Oh, okay. This is the sutra that we were translating yesterday, okay? And it has the Tibetan, the Sanskrit, and the Chinese. So that's also in our database. We have 16 million images like that, okay? And I wanted to show you, let me see. I wanted to show you guys here. Okay, so that's the text that we were working on yesterday. That's what the input looks like before it's input. Okay, so before we do input, it looks like that. And then we have, we have about 100 people around the world typing in the ancient text so we can search them easily, right? So we have a database of about 16 million images, and then 16 million pages, and then they're all converted into searchable format. Okay, we're back to the Abhidharma, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You sa kome lula, you never get a sa okme mik. Okay. Hey, word, what does sa okma mean? Sa ok.
Lower level
Lower level of what?
of samsara.
Here it means a lower level of mental awareness. Okay. We're talking about levels of the mind. Okay. Levels of consciousness. So he says here, you never get a lower eye, EYE. You never get a lower organ of the eye occurring with a higher level body. So Stanley, it means like you never get a desire realm eye consciousness, an eye which is at the very basic level of awareness. It will never be operating in a higher realm's body, like a form realm body. Okay, never happens. Okay, okay. Kiwa mayin de kongme luki, because the higher body is superior, chok, to the lower eye. Okay, and people would rather rely on the eye at their own level. What's it mean? It means there are parts of the universe where people are at a more subtle level of existence, and they wouldn't choose to come down to our level and see gross colors, gross shapes, pain the way we do. They can see through higher eyes. They can see reality in a more refined way. And it's not interesting them or attractive for them to come down to a lower eye. Okay, so a form realm person would never choose to use a desire realm eye. Okay, cool. And this gets complicated. And here you gotta remember from the lion's dance from Asanga, who was the half brother of your author. You know, he's gonna talk about 4 form realm levels, 4 formless realm levels, okay, and 1 desire realm level. So these are in the Abhidharma. These are called the 9 levels of awareness, okay? More and more subtle, more and more subtle. By the time you get to the top 4 levels, you're no longer even aware of your physical body, okay? You're totally mental, like some computer programmers who live off Coca-Cola, you know. We had a special Coca-Cola in New York called Jolt, and we would give it to all the computer programmers because they worked all night in our diamond company. So they're almost unaware of their body. They're almost not aware of their body, okay? All right, let's keep going, Stanley. This is difficult. This part is difficult. Who's checking you is Hasso from Guadalajara.
Okay.
He's translating.
Oh, is he? How about Tim from Sedona?
Okay. Sangong me Miki
Okme.
Okme. Sa Okme Miki Kong me Sutung. Sutung wa minde. Okme Mik dem chin. Kong me Sup chok imbe. Yuk duche. Mi luk becher tang. Okme Miki Kong me namba shepe dem mikche. Pang te dang dra weche.
Yeah, it's not Okma means it's somebody at a grosser level of mental capacity, right? With their eyes, they would not tong. What's tongwa mean, Stanley? What's Tongwa mean, Stanley?
Oh, Tongwa.
Like Tonglam.
I'll see. They would not see.
Yeah, they would not see. So somebody in the form realm, or let's somebody on the in the desire realm, meaning at a very low level of awareness, where they're mainly interested in physical things, like sex or food is the classic example. They wouldn't use a lower eye awareness cannot look at the same physical objects that a person on a higher mental level would see. Okay, so I don't know, a person in a bar as opposed to a physicist, they would experience physical reality differently. Okay, Minte, Okme make men. What's men mean, you guys? Take men.
Lesser.
Yeah, the lower eye is the lower eye is lower, inferior, and the higher realms forms. What a physicist sees about reality, physical reality, is much superior. Chok. Okay, therefore they cannot. Therefore, the person in the bar actually cannot perceive the same physical forms that the physicist with a clear mind can see. Okay. And a lower eye cannot support a higher awareness. Okay, it can't happen. Okay, all right. This is, if you don't have someone to guide you through this part, it's quite difficult. By the way, Stanley, I'm going to put a place marker here.
Okay.
And I just want to show off that how much more we have to go. These are the pages we haven't finished yet. And there's the end of the chapter. There's the end of your first book after 5 years of work. So it's possible you could finish your first book this term, okay? And that's the end of your first book. It'll be about a 500-page translation. So we are very, very close to the end of your book. If Grandpa would just stop talking so much, you could reach the end of your book soon, like very soon. Okay, maybe next class. All right. Please read. And I got a problem with my. I can't see who's here, Nick. You want to choose somebody, Nick?
How about Marianne?
Okay, cool.
Hey, Nam she te yi yu la sa ke su ni yote.
Good.
Sante tang bo be shik be mik tok be sek nam she ki rang sak tang bo ngok sa du ba kong shi be suk you do chebeche.
Yeah, this is tricky, okay? Now, okay, we discussed what levels of awareness the physical eye would be, and the objects of the physical eye, and the sense awareness of the physical eye. But is it possible that you could mentally reach a different level, even though you are stuck with your lower level eye? So your eye is tuned to a lower level of reality. You're watching lower level objects, but is it possible that your mind could still go to higher levels? What do you think, Stanley?
I guess it's possible. I don't know.
That's the whole point of the lion's dance, right? That's the whole point of meditation, is to try to take your mind to a higher level, even though you're stuck in a very concrete body. Okay, so Namshe de Yula, when you talk about the awareness, right, the mental side, not the sense organs, well, then you can see suks in Sasumka, Nick. Sumka, Sasumka.
All three.
Yeah,
all three levels here.
Meaning which levels? What's their name? I'll give you the first
Desire,
one.
form, and formless.
Yeah, Dukam, Sukam, and Sumikam, right?
Mhm.
So in theory, your mind can go on a flight through more subtle levels of the universe, even though your eye is very physical, stuck in this world, okay? Samten tambo we, shipe mi tope se, a person at the first samten. What's that mean, Nick?
The first concentration level of the form realm.
Yeah, meaning if a person was very, very good at focusing, like a very advanced scientist or something, or a very advanced baseball player, if they were at a excellent level of concentration, they could actually achieve the shipe, the fourth level awareness, okay? And they could see things at their own level, at the level below them, and the level above them, okay? They could actually see, they might have an experience of something almost heavenly, okay? If their concentration was really good, okay? Keep going. I suggest, Nick, we have the big boss check him.
Geshe-la?
No.
Oh, Allison.
Xiaoping, yeah. Okay, check it. I know you guys just got off a plane and you're totally out of it, but that maybe it's a better state of mind. Let's see.
Okay.
Maybe you can go to a higher level.
I know. Fusa. Lukiang namshe tang yukni kasak duk topa.
Get him, Allison.
It's good.
Nah, maybe the internet's cutting.
Yeah, the internet. It's not my fault, Nick.
Continue.
Good.
Oh, that's an old trick where you freeze your head and you don't have to pronounce the word.
Yeah, you did notice where Allison was moving around quite nicely, but Stanley was stuck.
Yeah.
We are in different separate rooms.
Oh, Utpala, they're in a village called Xiamen. It's a fishing village, not like Shenzhen.
Oh,
No,
No,
I'm
it's
kidding.
like San Diego.
I know, I'm kidding. This is Xiaoping's hometown. The government, by coincidence, put them in Xiaoping's hometown, and her grandmother is cooking.
Stanley, continue. Did you finish?
I did finished. Oh, I did. It didn't go through.
Yeah.
I didn't go through, but it's okay. We'll say that it was all good.
Okay.
Lukiang namshe da yu nika sasum dutopa yente. As far as your body awareness, a tactile awareness of your skin, it could be present in sasum dutopa. You could be aware of. I don't know. This is confusing, Nick. You shouldn't have Luki namshe in the suk mekam.
Right.
I don't know.
We debated this
talk.
heavily in Words book.
Yeah, we have to talk about it. Okay. Now with an R, Stanley, what does it mean instead of an S?
No, wait. Ear.
Yeah, the ear consciousness, okay, would also work the same way, okay? I don't know what he's talking about. Maybe he's talking about when you're sitting in meditation in the lower realm of awareness, and you think about very, very extremely abstruse thoughts in the higher realms of awareness, your body is somehow considered part of that realm while you're thinking that way. Okay, maybe something like that. Okay.
We're out of time.
Okay, keep going. Oh, come on, we wanted to finish his book.
Saved by the bell.
Okay, anyway, I'd like to thank Dr. Dickerson for getting up so early, and thank you for helping us get the new university going. And we're very grateful to you, and we're grateful that you would get up so early. Yeah. All right. Nick, how much time we got?
We got 9 minutes. Take a good,
Okay.
nice, long break.
See you guys in 9 minutes.
All right.
Thanks.
Yeah, Sashi.
Thank you, Geshe-la. Thank you, Stanley. Thank you, everybody.
I like the heart shapes again.
Thank you.